Yeah.
This one's from MW Bauer. Do you think the Leafs will trade a current roster player in order to create cap space for Jack Campbell's new contract? What do you guys think of Campbell coming up as a UFA?
Well, so if I'm not mistaken, part of the reason I was behind the Peter Mrazek signing, or at least in part in the summer, is he would help keep Jack Campbell's number down. And then he got hurt in the first game. And then he came back. And then he got hurt in the second game. And then he came back. And then he played a third game. And then they shut the season down. And then he played a fourth game. And the Leafs lost to the friggin' Coyotes.
Yeah.
So, and Jack Campbell is now going to the All-Star game. He's very legitimately in the Vezina conversation by now. And producer Drew likes to tease me with this because he was showing me like goalie salaries in the league. And heading into the season, or early in the season, I think I said a Jack Campbell comparable could be the contract that Linus Ullmark got. And now I think he's probably in a conversation closer to what Jake Markstrom got. And if he gets nominated for the Vezina, he's going to get even more than that. So they'll have to trade somebody.
Also,
that's the case.
His agent is Kurt Overhart. And I don't know if you guys know this. I heard this for the rumor. There is a nickname for Kurt Overhart and his clients, which is Kurt Overcharge. So
That's good.
Yeah. So, that is well known around the league. They ask for big numbers. So you're going to hear a lot of big numbers surrounding Jack Campbell as that contract talks heats up.
I feel like Leaf fans have finally learned. Like, most people have not brought that up. We're just sort of blinders on, blissfully ignoring the fact that Jack Campbell's contract. Yeah, but buddy, it's COVID. You know how many worries I got right now?
Yes.
Those are July problems.
We didn't have enough to worry about before.
Yeah, no, we didn't. We just sort of lived our lives. I'm going to go to the movie theater and like shit like that. No. Can't do that anymore. Yeah. We got too many worries.
I want to ask another Leafs one. This one's from Seanski 14. Why aren't we talking about Jake Muzzin and his fall off? Do you guys think Jake Muzzin's fallen off this season?
I'm not convinced Jake Muzzin or Justin Hall have played a healthy game all season.
No. Did you see Justin Hall cross-checking as a Jack Campbell the other day?
No, it was Peter Mrazek.
Peter Mrazek. Yeah. Oh my God.
I saw that in the moment and my brain didn't register it because I was just like, that's too ridiculous. You didn't actually see what you saw. And then something about seeing the replay on Twitter the next day, I was like, what the fuck was he doing?
Yeah.
Okay, like it'd be one thing if he just sort of collided, but there was a push off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's an involuntary movement.
I think if they had an option that they felt comfortable with, Jake Muzzin would be able to sit down for 2 or 3 weeks and just work through whatever he needs to work through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they were hoping for the Olympic break. They're not going to get that now.
I worry it is a potential surgery issue because he did have several weeks off, guys, and it didn't make him any better.
Yeah.
So I mean, the guys are rusty and everything, but at some point the rust has to come off. Like this is the thing with this road trip is I think patience was always going to wear off very quickly. It hasn't been good. Blew a 4-1 lead, blew a 3-1 lead, lost to the last place team, despite getting goalied. Like I'm not interested in the reason. God bless people who still defend the Leafs at every turn. It's like, you watch, you invest heavily. You're a hardcore fan. If you're talking about the Leafs, you invest heavily. And every October, you just shake the Etch-a-Sketch and forgive them and forget everything. There's no baggage. Guys, it's about playoff relevancy. And I said this when they were first place. They lost a game against Tampa or Florida or something like that. I can't remember. And I'm looking at their forward group. It's good. Mm-hmm. And I look at their defense and I'm like, there's no chance. There's absolutely no chance they make it through 4 rounds of playoff hockey with that. There isn't. There is not a scenario where that exists. Remember, we were talking about earlier, the Oilers. I could see a scenario where they capture lightning in a bottle and go on a little run if they get a little bit of goaltending. I don't think that scenario exists for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I don't. And they're a better team, in my opinion.
I do. They're the best team in the National Hockey League since November 1st. There's a chance they get hot and they go on a run and they win the Stanley Cup. Like that's a very feasible thing that can happen if you're the best team for 2 months in the league.
Muzzin gets hurt. What's your top 6?
That's the difference. Connor McDavid gets hurt. Like, what are you throwing at me?
Jake Muzzin is extraordinarily not Connor McDavid.
No, but you're just throwing at
playoffs. In each of the last 2 playoffs, Muzzin got hurt, and the defense looked like shit.
Chris Russell gets hurt. Who the fuck are you going to throw out there anyway? Travis Turner doesn't spin a ram in overtime when you outshot them 13-1.
You go Riley Brody, Sandine.
You can't account for this shit, Steve.
Hull, and like Dermott Lilligren. And you're going to win 4 playoff rounds.
I think they can do it. I say they do it.
Nope.
You know what, man? One thing I will say is my boy Timothy. Really impressed.
I like him.
Fucking impressed.
Him. It was a bit of a weird thing the other night with him and Dermott, but bro, you're going to go 4 to 7 games against the Lightning or the Panthers. Shut up.
Hell yeah.
No.
Yeah, why not?
No, not even close.
Bring back Polak.
Boo.
Someone's got to contain Hedman.
Bless them, but not even close.
Bring back Polak. Can Phaneuf unretire?
Yo, where's Ron Hainsey at? We could sign him to it. What is it? The 10-day deal from the NBA. What's the new thing for COVID?
Yeah. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
I want him to get the David Clarkson treatment where, with Clarkson, it was he's coming. But with Ron Hainsey, it's just, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah. I was supposed to retire tomorrow.
And he joins the Leafs lineup with those weird tongues on his skates that have always bothered me. Yeah.
Man, I would love that. I think it'd be funny.
Last thing. This is from NR Hornets 21. How do you feel about Tuukka back? Tuukka Rask returned from his fake retirement where he just kind of sat out and recovered, and he came back to the Boston Bruins, signed $1 million contract, made 25 saves in his first start since June, 3-2 win over the Flyers. The Bruins cheated the system. What do you guys think?
I'm just glad the Boston Bruins finally caught a break.
Yeah, man.
I'm just glad something went their way.
Yo, here's the thing about Boston. Fucking winners win, man.
Yeah.
Shit goes your way when you win. And winning perpetuates winning. It does.
Oh, yeah.
It does.
I'm happy as a hockey fan. I'm sad as a Leafs fan. And I'm even more sad as a Jeremy Swayman fantasy holder.
That sucks.
Boy, your fantasy team this year has just been
miserable. And it's made a comeback. I'm going to lose this week because of COVID, but I'm now, I think, 4-8, which I was 0-6. So that's good.
All right. Okay.
I'm 4-2 since I went 0-6.
That's amazing.
You'll learn that fantasy is a very specific skill. Like having knowledge of hockey isn't necessarily conducive to being good at fantasy. There's strategy to it. And I'm glad you're learning this year with your 4-8 team.
I'm learning.
At least he's got a good starter and backup, right, Jesse?
Oh, yeah. Running 3 goaltenders.
I can only start one, but at least I got the other 2.
No,
so they can stare you down from the bench.
That was a mistake. And I ended up trading Hellebuck. And the deal,
good.
The deal involved Swayman, too. Fuck.
All right. Hey, you know what?
It was good
Steve,
for a while. It was.
Steve Jesse's laughing, but he's no better as a GM. Let's be honest.
Hey.
Yeah. First round loss with the Leafs, eh?
Injuries. Matthews and Willie were out.
That's a good game.
Running it back.
It's a good game.
Running it back.
EA Sports. It's accurate as fuck.
Amazing. Well, listen, we are going to be back in studio, all 3 of us, as of next week, which we're all very excited about. Thanks so much for bearing with us on this one. While I kick COVID to the curb, and then we're going to get back and we're having some fun next week, and hopefully the Leafs win tomorrow night. I don't know. Are they even playing? What day is it?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
You have a stream with Sid Sixero.
Yeah, I was thinking about Monday's game. Monday's game is postponed. Fuck.
I love you, Steve. Go get a nap in, buddy.